Alright everybody, this is Nick with O3 Drop. Thanks for tuning in today. So today we do have, over on the left hand side, we have Gryph playing Vados, and on the right hand side we do have Eric playing Baby Goku. Now before we get into this, just so you guys know, I am trying to add some background music to this video. I went with something that's kind of like calm and soothing rather than something that's like super explosive sounding. So let me know what you guys think. Maybe if you like a different type of music, or maybe this is good, or maybe I should just get rid of the music. So let me know what you guys think about the music in the comments below. Again, I was just trying to add something to the background, so if I don't talk for a moment, it doesn't just sound dead. But it looks like Eric is set up with his life, and now Gryph is setting up his. Now, this is a very interesting Vados deck, and during this match I was actually playing my own, so I didn't get a chance to actually see everything going on. So I'm pretty excited. So on Eric's first turn, it looks like he does lay down the Gotenks, and now he is using the Goku's ability, which lets you search the top 10 cards of your deck for a Bulma. And there is his Bulma. So it looks like he went ahead and just told Gryph he was going to pass afterwards. So Gryph went ahead and laid down an energy. And now he is going to tap that for a pan. Now what this pan does is it does give another card 5k for the turn. And also whenever you combo with it from the battlefield, you do get to draw. So he is going to swing at the Goku. And that's going to put Vados at 20k. And he did draw for the auto. So now back to Eric's turn, and it looks like he did draw that Kaba, so I'm guessing he's probably about to go ahead and play that after the Goku ability. Alright, and it looks like he did whiff on that ability. So he's going to let Gryph cut, and then I'm guessing he's probably going to play down the Kaba. Yep, and there it goes. So remember, you can either put a Kale to your hand, or you can put a Khalifa in either your hand or straight to the battlefield, but ouch, it looks like he whiffs on that too. That's got to put you in a tough spot, because both of your green energies are now tapped, and you basically got nothing for it. One of the good things about Kaba, because he looks at the top 10, normally he is a 1-for-1. And by that, I mean basically you play one card from your hand, so you lose one, but then you replace it by looking at the top 7. So it's a 1-for-1 in the fact that you don't go down cards in your hand when you play it. So, it looks like he is going to swing the Vados at the Kaba, and he's going to combo with the Goku. Now, whenever you combo with that Goku, it does let you draw one card. And so that is a dead Kaba, and now he's just going to pass. So back to Eric's turn, and he did lay down the Bulma for yellow energy, and now he's playing the Khalifa, which helps him take a life. Now he's using the Goku ability to look at the top 10 cards. And let's see. There we go. I do really like that Bulma. To be honest, that's probably the Bulma that I would play more often than Charge. And he does choose to play it here. I just really like basically it being a Majin Buu. You know, you lay it down, that's a 5k combo that's on the field for you, and you get to draw a card. So back to Gryph's turn, and let's see, he does lay down the Topo's energy. Now let's see what he chooses to do here. So he does have 3 energies. He could tap out for the Gohan that's in his hand. Yep, and it looks like that's what he's going to do. So there is the Gohan. And he's going to swing at the leader. And he's going to choose to draw for the auto. I don't think I would combo here. Okay, good. It looked like he was kind of thinking about it, but there's no point in comboing there just because you know that your opponent is more than likely just going to be willing to take it. Now, that Kaba's Awakening does add 6,000 to the combo rather than 5,000. So with both of those, that put him at 22, and then the Pan put him at 27. So Eric would have had to combo 10k in order to block that. So back to Eric's turn, and he does lay down a Bulma as yellow energy, and now he's using his Goku's ability to go find another one, and there she is. I think the promo Bulma could actually be a decent tech into some of the Apes decks, because, you know, one thing that people do have to stop the Apes is revenge blockers, like the Yajirobe or the Android 16. So it might be worth trying out that promo Bulma in those Apes decks, so that way if you see that, just tap one, lay down the Bulma, tap down the revenge blocker, and then you can actually swing on it with your leader instead. So that's definitely something I might play around with in the future. Now, back to the game though. So Eric did swing in on the Gohan, and he did combo up to 25k. Now, with that Goku, because he does have a yellow leader, it comes out onto the field, and then the second part of the ability is he can take a life. So Eric is down to 4 now, and he goes ahead and plays his tokens out. Now, for the record, I don't believe you're technically allowed to use actual Dragon Ball Super cards as your tokens. So just before anybody comments that, yes, we do know that. However, again, this is just a casual locals night, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, if you go to an ARG event, you're not technically allowed to do that. You have to use something that's not a Dragon Ball Super card. So he did swing with his leader just to get the draw. Or actually, no, he did that to kill the Gohan. Sorry, I got a little bit behind and distracted with the tokens. So back to Gryph's turn. It looks like he actually might have skipped his charge phase. So yeah, Gryph definitely skipped his charge phase, and looking at his hand, I can see why. He didn't want to get rid of either Fu or his super combo. So he did go ahead and lay down the Kaba, and now he's swinging the Kaba. He did take the life to make it the 15k double strike, so I'm assuming it's probably going to the leader. Now, Gryph does have 6 cards in his discard or drop, so comboing this will put him at 7, so he can play the Fu. And that also puts him at 20,000, so Eric does need 10k to block. Now see, I don't know if I like Eric comboing with stuff from his hand here. And the reason for that is because your opponent doesn't know what's in your hand, but they can see what's on the field. And so in this case, Kaba was at 20k, so Eric needed 10k to block. I would have much rather him just give up the 2 tokens here, because again, Gryph doesn't know what's in his hand, but he does see what's on the field. So, you know, it kind of would have surprised him a bit. I also don't know how much I like that Khalifa play going down to 3 life, especially not against a red deck. So, having said that, Gryph did go ahead and play that Scientist Fu, and then Eric did use a Crusher Ball on it. So Gryph still got the draw from it. However, he did not get to swing with it. And he also went ahead and tapped 1 to play the Pan. So let's see what he chooses to do here. He's going to swing Vados. Let's see where he swings set. Gryph is still at 7 life, interesting enough. And he's going to swing the Vados at the Goku, it looked like. And there's the Pan to draw. Yep, so that did put the Vados at 20k to the Goku's 15. So back to Eric's turn. He did go ahead and lay down the other Goku as an energy. And let's see what he chooses to do here. So he's going to swing into the Kaba. So right now, this is about basically not letting Gryph get another card in his hand for now. I think Eric's goal here is that he wants to start swinging with critical with the Kales, which is why he put the Gryph on the field. And there he goes. He tapped 2 for the Zamasu. Now this Zamasu is really interesting because with it, basically it can't be killed no matter what. I think maybe 7-drop Zeno is the only thing that can really get rid of it. And so it does give you 1 free block, however you cannot stand it back up after that 1 free block. But also it doesn't die from that 1 free block as well. So now he is going to swing into Vados with the Khalifa, and Gryph is going to take the 1 damage. So I think right now Eric's just kind of rearranging his board to make it easier. So right here, Gryph is basically asking if he uses the M2, will it kill the Zamasu? The problem is, I believe the Zamasu has barrier, so it can't be chosen by the M2. So let's see if Gryph decides to charge this turn. And he did choose to charge the M2. Honestly, I see what's in his hand, and I know he's got some decent stuff, but I don't know if I would have charged the M2. I also probably wouldn't play the Goku out this turn, because more than likely next turn, Eric is going to be willing to attack you at least once. Especially if he needs to swing with his leader. And so I feel like playing the Goku kind of shows your hand a bit too early. The thing is, Eric will be a lot more willing to put him down from 6 to 5 than he would from 5 to 4. But he is going to go ahead and combo that Goku though, which is okay. So it puts him at 20k, and let's see, he was swinging at the Goku Black. So Eric did just combo 10k to save it. And now he is going to use that ability to take a life. Ooh, I like it, and he got the Kaba off the ability. So he did play the Kaba, and now he's going to swing in to, I'm guessing, the leader. Yep. And he will choose to take the life to give it 10k in double strike, and there's another Kaba off of that. He's also going to awaken during his combo step. I honestly might combo 1 or 2 things. Probably the black card. I would probably at least combo the black card. I don't know if I'd combo the Kaba here, because you are still at 4 life, and that could be a surprise 1 cost attacker. So I might have kept the Kaba, but definitely combo the Mass Saiyan, just because you have the Fu. So he's trying to get enough cards in hand to use the Fu with. So I don't think he's going to be able to Fu and Mass Saiyan for the rest of the game. Especially since he's down at 4 life already. But he did go ahead and combo with just that, and Eric combo to block. Oh, he goes ahead and uses the Mass Saiyan now. Interesting. So he sends those forward to the warp. And he will take the life. And let's see what he chooses to pop here. I would probably pop the Goku Black and then swing into the Khalifa. But popping the Khalifa is okay as well. So he does go ahead and swing in to Eric's leader with the Mass Saiyan. And Eric is going to block and go into Goku. I'm not sure why Eric chose to pop the Mass Saiyan rather than the Kaba, because the Mass Saiyan is only at 20k, and so the Shugesh put him at 20k to stop the attack. The other thing is, Eric still has to kill this Kaba, and so I feel like he basically gave Gryph an extra card in his discard pile. Because there is a... Yeah, the Mass Saiyan would have left at the end of the turn. The Shugesh was more than enough to block the combo. I see he is swinging into it here. So it's possible that he basically wanted to be able to swing with his leader to draw without giving Gryph a card in hand. But at this point in the game, you have to be swinging at his leader as much as possible. Because he's going to drop cards from his hand to block these attacks. Or he's going to go down to 2 life. And being in double strike range in this point in the game is pretty scary. So Eric did go ahead and play down another Goku Black, and he went ahead and added a dice counter on top of the Goku Black cards to represent how many tokens. So he is sitting at 3 tokens now. And the Goku Black is going to swing into Vados, and Gryph is going to block it with a Gohan. So back to Gryph's turn. He does draw another Miraculous Gohan. He does already have one in hand, so he plays that down as energy. So that is going to put Gryph down at 5 energy. I'm a little torn on the Jocko in the deck, but I do think it's interesting. I definitely think it can definitely save you, but I'm not sure how much I really like it. Now Vados is going to go ahead and attack into the Goku. This is one of the cool things I definitely like about the Vados. So off the card draw for the attack, he did draw the Scientist Fu. Alright, so he didn't combo, which left it at 15, and then Eric did just go ahead and let the Goku die. To be honest, the Goku just blocked an attack that could have gone to his leader, so either way, it basically activated blocker. Now, I believe Gryph actually had the 3-drop Gohan in hand, so it's interesting that he chose not to play it. Now, it looks like Eric is going to go ahead and play down the Kaba. And of course, the moment that I look away at something, I miss it. I think he did get the Khalifa there, or was that... No, that was in the warp. Okay, yeah, that was in the warp from the Mass Saiyan. Okay. So he did whiff on the Kaba, unfortunately. And now he is going to swing into Gryph's leader, and Gryph blocks with the super combo. And Eric's choosing not to attack. I think Eric just doesn't want to put any more cards in his hand. Into Gryph's hand. However, I don't know. Well, Eric also only has 2 cards in hand. So Gryph's going to go ahead and play down the Bodyguard and swing at the Kaba, it looks like. Eric going to block with the Zamasu. Alright, let's see what Gryph chooses to do here. And Gryph is also just going to pass. Okay. With the amount of cards in Gryph's hand, I think I probably would have started swinging a little bit more on that and make Eric get rid of some cards. Especially if Eric would have ended up Shugeshing into Goku and popping the Bodyguard whenever he played it. Like, that would have just been a really good play for Gryph, because then he could have played the second Bodyguard for free. So Eric did swing in with the Kale, and Gryph is going to go ahead and use the Vegeta to block. Also, Eric just now remembered that Zamasu does not untap, so he went ahead and tapped that back. Now Eric is going to swing into the Vegeta with the Goku Black. Gryph blocks with the Bodyguard. I think at this point Gryph was kind of trying to fill up his discard pile for the Scientist Fu. So at that point, Eric does just go ahead and pass himself. And Gryph draws the Jiren. Interesting. Alright, so Gryph now at 6 energies, and I believe he has either 4 or 5 in hand. So let's see where the Vados is going to swing this turn. So the problem right now for Gryph is that Eric's board is kind of getting out of control. He's got a lot of stuff. So Gryph needs to either try to swing for game or at least clear some of this board this turn if he wants to have a chance to win. So he does go ahead and play the Scientist, which is not a bad play at all. He was at 8 cards in the drop area. So what that allowed him to do is any cards he discards this turn now, he ends up, refilling for the next Fu. Also, with Fu only costing 1 energy, it's it's not that bad of a first play. So Eric actually used the Flying Nimbus, and he did discard the Bulma for the effect. So Gryph can only attack with one more battle card this turn. Now, if you know your opponent is running Flying Nimbus, you always want to attack with a battle card first, because whenever they play Flying Nimbus with the effect, it specifically says they can only attack with one more battle card. So if you attack with a battle card first, you basically get 3 attacks that turn instead of 2, because you go battle card, leader, battle card. So with Gryph attacking with his leader first, now he only gets 1 more attack. So right now I think he's trying to decide between the leader or the Kale, which the Kale is the right decision in my opinion. So right now Gryph is just trying to figure out what he wants to combo with. With Eric has 2 of the Goku Black tokens still on the field, so that would put Kale up to 30. Plus the combo would put him at 35. So I mean, I would probably just do the super combo here, or that does work as well. So yeah, that puts it at 35. So if Eric wants to stop this, he's going to have to combo a decent amount. There's a Shugesh. Ooh, and there's a Kid Goku. But see, even that's okay though, because that does fill up Gryph's drop area a little bit more, because he does have another Scientist Fu in hand, and so that does help him out a little bit. Now, it doesn't help with the fact that Eric has a very large board right now, but it does help, fill up his drop. And Gryph is going to go ahead and negate that with the Topo. I really like this Topo because you play it for 2 energies to negate, and then it does basically become a 5k combo. And so Eric did just tap down the Topo with his Goku leader ability. He taps one of his own cards and then taps an opponent's battle card, and it cannot be moved to active mode on your opponent's next turn. Now the cool thing about that combo is that his Goku does stand itself back up at the end of his turn. So Gryph basically loses out on something, but Eric doesn't. Alright, so Eric's going to tap 5, and he is actually going to go ahead and play out the new 7-drop Zamasu from the new set. Now this thing is obnoxious because Eric actually gets to discard 2 cards at random from Gryph's hand, and he chooses the Gohan and it looks like the Cabba's Awakening. And it also has double strike and it's indestructible. So that is a really obnoxious card. Props to Eric for using it, especially with the 2-drop Zamasu that also can't be removed from the play or from the game. I think it's a really cool combo. So right now Gryph is just trying to figure out what has double strike and what has single strike, so he knows what to block. So Eric did swing with the Goku Black and he blocked it with the Cabba's Awakening. And it looks like Eric is just going to pass now, and that Goku does stand back up at the end of the turn. Now the Topo doesn't stand back up because of Eric's leader ability. So Gryph does choose to charge this M2. Depending on what his play is for this turn, I might have saved it to use it. Gryph is at 6 in his drop area, so he does need at least 1 more to be able to use Scientist Fu. If I'm Gryph here, I'm probably swinging into either the blocker Goku or his leader. Eric's leader, that is. And let's see. So he did go ahead and swing in. I'm not sure if he went after the Goku. Oh, he went after the token. Or no, okay, so he went after the Goku, I believe, but he ended up using the token. Eric did to combo. So then he did go ahead and play the Scientist Fu, and Eric instantly crusher balled it. So Gryph drawing the 2 cards now. Ooh, alright, so Gryph playing down the Jiren. So I think with this Jiren, if I was Gryph, I would first go after the Kale and maybe combo the Pan on that attack. Assuming Eric doesn't block it with Goku. So that did put Jiren at 35, and that's going to be 1 dead Kale. So now I'd probably either go after the Kaba or the other Goku Black, or maybe even the... Honestly, any one of those 3, the Goku Black, the Kaba, or the Goku would all be decent options here. Just because the Goku gets rid of a blocker, the Kaba makes it to where he can't, you know, play Kale cheaper. And then the Goku Black makes it to where he can't play out another Zamasu next turn, or at least not cheaper than normal. Alright, so Eric did choose to block with the Goku, and so that dies. To be honest, I really think either the Goku or Kaba was a good decision there. So, the fact that he got rid of the Goku is definitely a good idea. Now, it looks like he does have 1 negate and 1 card in hand to combo with. So, there's a good chance that Gryph may not last this turn. But, let's see how this plays out. Alright, so Eric went ahead and swung in with the Goku Black. And Gryph blocked it and stood up the Topo with the Vados. And now Eric is going to swing in with Kale. Single strike critical. And it looks like this is probably going to be game. Gryph not able to block that. Eric lays down the Goku just to be safe. And Eric swings in with double strike, and that is going to be game. So Eric takes it, but that was a very close game. Good job to both players. So again, if you guys watched this far, let me know what you guys think about the music. And thanks for watching. Again, I'm Nick with O3 Drop. You guys have a great day.